Looks like it's 7:30. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the April 22nd, 2020 regular board meeting. Obviously, it's being held on Zoom as a teleconference. I'm calling the meeting to order. Frank, would you be willing to lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
It's weird.
Yeah. Brenda, call the roll, please.
Councilman Blaisdell.
Present.
Councilwoman Kerr.
Present.
Councilman Froelich.
Present.
Councilman Isaacson.
Present.
Supervisor Zalanik.
Present. I would like to begin tonight's meeting with a statement. It's our first meeting since the state, county, and the town have declared states of emergency. The COVID-19 pandemic has made operating at our regular routines impossible for almost everyone. We declared our own state of emergency March 16th, 2020. At that time, due to our leaky roof and long-standing mold problem, the decision was also made to move our offices to the community center. Thanks to the efforts of all the town employees, you were able to be up and running in one day with minimal disruption in town services. Special thanks to Bill Lewis as our Director of Disaster Response Team, who has been working tirelessly to provide masks, hand sanitizer, and anything else needed to protect our residents and employees. As for Town Hall, the board is waiting to hear from our insurance company before we make any decisions on the future of the building. You can rest assured that whatever the board decides to do, it will be done in accordance with our procurement policies. These are indeed very different times, and I am asking all town residents to do what they can to help keep their neighbors safe. Practice social distancing, limit contact where possible, and please support our local businesses when you can. Okay, I need a motion to accept the March 11th, 2020 Town Board minute meetings as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Sorry.
Councilman Blaisdell.
I'll abstain. I was not present.
Councilwoman Kerr.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Isaacson.
Yes.
Supervisor Zalanik.
Yes. Motion to accept the March 16th town board meeting minutes as presented.
So make that motion.
All right, so I'll go John, you second.
Yes.
All right, any discussion? Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Isaacson.
Yes.
Supervisor Zalanik.
I will abstain. Next, I need to go into executive session to discuss the hiring situation.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Isaacson.
Yes.
Supervisor Zalanik.
Yes. Okay, we're going to go into executive session. I'm going to try to get everybody on one phone line here so we can have this conversation as possible. We will, when we come back, obviously we'll come out of executive session. I don't know how long it's going to be. I'm hoping not terribly long. So with that, we're going into executive session. I would ask the board members to leave their sites where they're sitting, a place where I will mute everyone just in case. But just in case there's any chance of being recorded or heard, I'm going to mute everyone. So thank you.
Here we go.
Is everybody's microphone back on?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Need a motion to come out of executive session, please.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Who seconded? I'm sorry.
Frank.
All right, Councilman Blaisdell,
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr,
Yes.
Councilman Froelich,
Yes.
Councilman Isaacson,
Yes.
Supervisor Zalotnik.
Yes. Next up is a motion to hire Mark Van Asdale, 297 Locust Grove Road, Greenfield Center, as a working supervisor at $24.02 per hour, effective March 25th, 2020, for a probationary period of 6 months.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? No discussion? Okay. Councilman Blaisdell,
With the probationary period intact, yes.
Councilwoman Kerr,
Yes.
Councilman Froelich,
No.
Councilman Isaacson. Ryan?
Ryan.
Sorry, I think my audio is cutting out. Yes.
Supervisor Zalotnik.
Yes. Next up, a motion to approve the extension of the state of emergency signed by the supervisor on April 15th, 2020.
I'll make that motion.
Go ahead, Frank. I'll
All
second.
right.
Any discussion? Councilman Blaisdell,
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr,
Yes.
Councilman Froelich,
Yes.
Councilman Isaacson. Ryan?
Apologies, my audio is still cutting out. Yes.
Supervisor Zalotnik.
Yes. Motion to appoint Laura Ormansky as the permanent assessor's clerk from her provisional position.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Councilman Blaisdell,
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr,
Yes.
Councilman Froelich,
Yes.
Councilman Isaacson,
Yes.
Supervisor Zalotnik.
Yes. Motion to appoint Tina Blanchard as the permanent senior clerk in the building department from her provisional position.
I'll make the motion.
Oh, go ahead.
Don, you want a second?
Yeah. Yes.
Any discussion?
I just think we should mention that both of these ladies passed their civil service exam, so that's why they're being moved to their permanent positions. Congratulations.
Councilman Blaisdell,
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr,
Yes.
Councilman Froelich,
Yes.
Councilman Isaacson,
Yes.
Supervisor Zalotnik.
Yes. Resolution 31 of 2020 to reschedule rate hearing for Heritage Springs Sewer Works for July 22nd. Resolved, notice of this public hearing is to be properly advertised as required by town law and be provided to Heritage Springs Sewer Works immediately to allow them sufficient time to provide all relevant information regarding their current rates, fees, expenses, and whatever additional information the town, its engineers, town control, or any third party hired by the town may require in order to review and inspect the financial physical condition of the system. I think we're all aware that this is long overdue, but with the current conditions, I don't believe that a public hearing on this forum here will allow enough public participation to properly address the issue, so we're pushing it out to July. I've spoken to Heritage Springs Sewer Works and I've spoken to Tom Bogosian, and they are both in agreement that that would be best for both parties, or for all parties. Just to give everyone a little update there.
Mr. Supervisor, I just want to add that if this passes tonight, I want to make sure notice goes out to Heritage first thing tomorrow so that the 90 days period is fulfilled.
Just, are we still gonna do a scoping session with them, Benny, or do it by conference?
Yes, we'll do it. We'll do it by we'll have a face-to-face meeting with them over this system here.
Yeah, because we gotta get that in motion to get for the public hearing.
Right.
My concern was we didn't push it out far enough.
Oh well.
You know?
I both the Bogosian brothers and Heritage Springs were aware of the fact that this may, through no fault of anyone's, be pushed out. We just kind of wanted to keep things flowing, John.
I understand.
Mr. Supervisor, I'll just add that I actually picked the July date because I wanted to give us just enough time to get in within the 90 days, give them a notice. We certainly could have kicked it out further. I think if you find yourself in a position where you didn't get all your information or didn't all your research, you can still have the public hearing and still do some of that after, or you can just kick it out another month. But I wanted to get it on the agenda and voted on and set because of that 90-day period, so that it does keep moving.
So we need someone to make a motion or to make this resolution.
I'll make that.
Need a second.
Second.
Can we just pull the board?
Please.
All right. Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Isaacson.
Yes.
Supervisor Zlotnick.
Yes. Resolution 32 of 2020 to allow the building and zoning official to approve lot line adjustments as is requested from the county attorney. Resolved, this resolution shall be cited to and filed with the Saratoga County Real Property and under any other office deemed necessary in order to carry out its intent. And the county is hereby authorized to accept the filing for these lot line adjustments so approved by the town building inspector until such time as the town board decides otherwise by resolution.
Need a motion?
Yes.
I'll make it.
Second.
Okay. Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Isaacson.
Yes.
Supervisor Zlotnick.
Yes. Resolution 33, authorizing payment in lieu of taxes, a pilot agreement with Saratoga Solar LLC. Now therefore be it resolved by the town board of the town, the proposed payment in lieu of taxes for solar systems between the town of Milton and Saratoga Solar LLC and Raymond J. Ingalls is hereby approved, subject to any changes recommended by the town attorney, and the town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute said agreement. This resolution is and shall be effective immediately.
I just need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Isaacson.
Yes.
Supervisor Zlotnick.
Yes. The motion to cancel planning and zoning board meeting 2020. I have spoken to the chairs of both boards. There's nothing that is time sensitive for the month of April. We will be working with both of those boards in the next to go forward.
So moved.
Second.
Or any discussion? Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Isaacson.
Yes.
Supervisor Zalotnik.
Yes. All the reports from the departments will be filed or have been filed with the town clerk, and they will be available on our website for public viewing, correct, Brenda?
You can do that.
Any new business?
I just have one thing, it's really not new business, Benny. Part of it, one good thing that has come out of not so much the coronavirus, but the oil situation right now, having dropped below $1, the pavement that the town highway has been doing has been greatly reduced in cost. So they actually were able to do 2 extra roads today, Kelmick Way and James Court. Essentially, that material was already paid for if we went by last year's figures. There is a benefit. Unfortunately, it isn't helping our economy.
Okay, thank you, John. I'm going to look to our attendees list. If somebody would like to comment, I believe on your call-in, you can raise your hand. So, if anybody has anything they would like to add or comment on?
You do see one question and answer.
Yep, I see one question there. I also see one hand up. I will get to that in just a second. I'm just going to let people know that the 3 minutes will still be in effect. I will try very politely to tell you when you have 1 minute left and then 30 seconds. And I may give you a couple of seconds to go over. Don't think me rude, but I will unmute you if you go over or if you start to get what I consider to be out of line. So at this time, I see one hand up. I'm going to allow you to speak. To identify yourself, please. I see a couple of phone numbers and a couple of signed-in names, which are fine, but for the record, we'll need to know who you are and your address. So it looks like Mr. Rossi, you are first. Go ahead, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Board, thanks for having the meeting. Frank Rossi, Jr., 63 Saratoga Ave, Boston Spa, New York, Apartment B. First, glad that you were able to have this. I know other jurisdictions or municipalities have had their Zoom meeting so far, so glad to see that you guys have adapted to it. I know it's a little bit of a challenge compared to normal, but you did very well, so pat yourselves on the back for that one indeed. I'm going to take a wild guess, and I'm not asking anybody to reveal information out of an executive session, but I've been hearing a lot of details about a hire that was being made before this meeting, or at least in a temporary basis, with somebody that would technically fall outside of what I think Barb called in a debate back when Jason's Law or some question referred to it back when of hiring somebody that's not from this county or the adjoining county, and especially when there may be somebody from the county that has applied for the job. I think out of full disclosure, I would ask for the townspeople to hear what happened in the situation like this. I'm not sure why it went directly to executive session under the circumstances, and I think it's just that's for transparency's sake to hear kind of the details of where this went tonight, as we all kind of waited around for half an hour to hear where this was going. So thank you very much again.
I just want to respond to Mr. Rossi. I want to thank him for giving me credit for that, but I'm not quite that witty. And get the record straight, I did not come up with Jason's Law, someone else did. But thank you, Frank.
Okay, next up is Ms. Hurst. My apologies.
I know you probably aren't going to answer questions, but I just wanted to put on the record that I know we can't do anything with the short-term rental law right now because we can't have the public hearing. That said, the track is still going on. People are still looking out for the summer. If we can't have the public hearing, and I know the law has been drafted, if the board could consider a stay on the current law until the public hearing can be made, I think everybody that's trying to figure out what they're going to be doing for the summer would really appreciate it. So, thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Mr. John Bartow, I hope.
This is me, yes. Just want to make a comment. I really want to commend the entire town board for the work they've done over the last couple of weeks to get this going and getting a Zoom meeting up and running. We've done a couple trial sessions, which had some bumps in the road, but that's been great doing it. I also want to thank you for the work that we're doing to get our May meetings in line for the rest of the boards. I think the planning board will be ready to go. We got some conversations over the next few days, but I really think we'll get moving. And lastly, to thank you for the work that you did, or the approval of Tina Blanchard as the permanent secretary of the Planning and Zoning Board. She's done a great job, and I appreciate what you've done in approving that. So thank you.
Thank you, John. Anyone else? Okay, I see we have one question at the bottom. I don't remember how this works. Can everybody see that question?
Yes, I see it.
Okay. All right. Does anybody want to take a stab at it? Okay, I'm gonna, I will attempt to, I say attempt here, to type an answer in, and hopefully that will answer a question. Oh wait, can I answer it live?
Yeah, we can hear you. Read the question first so everybody else hears it.
Those of us not on the board can't see the question, so we don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, hang on just a second. I forgot to.
You can read it, Penny. You can read the question, Penny.
Yep. The question is, what is a working supervisor? It came from Meg Soden. According to what we have, and I'm probably not going to get this completely right, but a working supervisor is someone who can take part in what needs to be done or part of their job, as well as managing a staff. It doesn't have to be a big staff, it could be a small staff, but that's what a working supervisor does.
Benny, I think you need to put that in the context of what that position is. It's not a working supervisor as in the town supervisor. It's for a certain department, correct?
Right.
In this case, it's building grounds.
Right, so that, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, thank you, Jim. Yeah, a working supervisor for buildings and grounds would be someone who can do what needs to be done in the position and also supervise a small staff. Some of the things that were on our list for a working supervisor include plowing, mowing, minor electrical work, painting, repairs to a wall if it had a hole in it or something of that nature. I think that's, if anyone...
More or less just do hands-on. The hands-on work that has to be done, you can help this staff.
Yep. And I have one more question from John Bartow. Just out of curiosity, how many public participants are there today? We have 33 participants that have signed on for today's meeting, and I thank you all for taking the time to...
Oh, you got another one.
Another one. Well, I want to thank you all for taking the time to experiment with us here. A question from John Olenek. What is the status of the finances of the town in view of the projected 30% anticipated loss in sales tax revenue? John, we haven't had any firm figures from the county yet as to what we're anticipating. There have been anywhere from 10% reductions to worst case scenarios of 30% reduction. we have had discussions with our departments, and we are asking them to cut spending as much as possible. On one hand, Mr. Froelich pointed out with the price of fuel and asphalt being way down, we were able to pave a couple extra roads for basically the same price. So there is some benefit to that. But we will be sitting down in the next couple of weeks when we get firmer figures from the county, and we'll have to make adjustments as we go on. I think we're all in. Everybody's in uncharted territory: the town, the county, and the state. I have a hand up from. I'm hoping it's Karen Stalters.
Or is it Jim Stalters?
Nope, it's Karen. It's Karen. Hi. I just wanted to let everyone know that I'm kind of chronicling what's going on right now with the COVID-19 crisis, and collecting news articles and taking pictures of various things like empty store shelves, things like that, and just kind of document as we're going along, because this is, as you said, uncharted territory. So I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm keeping track of it all. So just wanted to let you know.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome.
Okay.
You have one more question.
I see that. I have a question from someone named Chris13. I think that is a personnel question, and I would be in some kind of trouble if I would answer that question publicly. Jim, can you see the question?
I'll try to pull it up.
Under Q&A, can you see it?
Well, there's several in there. Which one are you?
The question is from Chris13.
It's not asking about a particular individual. It's kind of asking a generic question. If you want, you can answer. Remember, this is public comment. It's not question and answer. If you want, you can answer it. If you want, you can have a person come in. You can talk to them on the phone.
Okay, I guess I would rather have that individual come in, and we can speak to that issue personally. I have a question here from Gina Morosi. Says, why are you selectively answering questions? I don't believe I am, ma'am. I think I've answered every question that's been posted, and we're doing our best. This is something new, and we're doing the best we can. Anyone else? Okay, seeing none, I will close public comment, and we need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Yes.
Councilman Isakson.
Yes.
Supervisor Zlotnick.
Yes. I want to thank everyone once again for coming, and our next meeting will be on May. Who's got the calendar? May 13th at 7:30 p.m. And the information will once again be on our town website and our Facebook page for invitations and how to get in. So thank you everyone for coming. Stay safe and stay home, please. Good night, Tom.
Good job, everybody.